99.9% of people should explore their whole phase. My aunt told me, trust me, you're not going to marry that guy. And my baby daddy, you should go be a hoe. You should go hoe it up. And that's what I did. And I'm happy I got permission. I mean, I would have probably done it either way.
There's healing in the hoeing. We talk about that in the book. We even had a merch that said, heal first, hoe later.
I didn't have an adult hoe phase. College.
Healing in the hoeing. My God.
This was my hoe phase.
Freshman to junior year.
Those 3 years were strong.
Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Tip Network. Corey Holcomb dropping bombs on unchosen women in America. The sad reality and the sad truth of boss babes. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
Most women who claim feminism are women who are not happy. They can't say, I'm not happy, because it sounds like the truth. So they run to a word like feminism that they can have something to stand on.
Flashback.
How did you know your life's better lived apart than together?
I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness.
1 season later.
I've only been in the dating world for, I want to say 3 months now, and it is exhausting. I want to throw the towel in. What is wrong with,
So many women who have given guys their body, but don't nobody want to be a legacy with them. That is where feminism comes from.
Bro. 99.9% of people should explore their whole phase. My aunt told me, trust me, you're not going to marry that guy. And my baby daddy, you should go be a hoe. You should go hoe it up. And that's what I did. And I'm happy I got permission. I mean, I would have probably done it either way.
There's healing in the hoeing. We talk about that in the book. We even had a merch that said, heal first, hoe later.
I didn't have an adult hoe phase. College.
Healing in the hoeing. My God.
This was my hoe phase.
Freshman to junior year.
Those 3 years were strong.
I'm not auditioning. This woman shows you who you are to her. This woman shows you, this ain't no fucking contest. You ain't gotta do nothing but be you. Now, how rare is that?
Right.
How rare is that?
And then once she was divorced and nobody was really checking for her, she posted this: I know love will find me again. And of course, it has not. But wait a minute, let's stop the show again.
Story of feminism. Feminists passing up all the good guys in your 20s, and then once you're in your 30s, you're lost. Terry Mowry actually was married to a good man with kids, and she graduated.
Media Takeout put out a very interesting article about Tia Mowry. She was divorced and she stopped wearing her wedding ring, but now we're seeing photos of her wearing the wedding ring again. Now, could this mean that she's gonna get back with Corey Hardrick? I don't know, but here's what I want to talk about today.
There is no auditioning with Who For You. Who For You, there is no auditioning, man. She with you, dog. She ain't going nowhere. She with you. If she's somewhere else, it's not your girl. That's the game. She belongs to the game. Your girl with you. It ain't, oh, I'm mad at you because of this, or we ain't together because of this, or what. That ain't your girl, homie.
Just remember that you're the prize always. Just remember that you are the prize.
Yes.
And what does that mean for you in relationships when you're like, I'm the prize?
It's not compromising like my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from a situation if it's like no longer serving me.
If they leave you, they not with you. They mind is elsewhere.
You finally know your worth, and he's not doing it for you anymore.
Everyone and their mother deserves a hoe phase in their life. Hoe phases are monumental to our personal and individual growth.
What? She's like, she remembers the summertime. It's like, yeah, looking crazy as hell by yourself. She's like, oh boy, she's telling herself, this is our waste of sexy. All right, boy, ain't this pathetic?
When you're going through a hoe phase or entering a hoe phase, it's more than likely because something pivotal happened that pushed you there. And it's really important to learn how to embrace your sexuality, how to embrace dating, how to learn how to date. And it offers you the clarity and the space to find out the things that you really love, the things that you hate, the things that you...
Shout outs to Grover and Scott for this one. They really put the funniest clips there.
You are okay with and the things that you desire.
Yo, ho, ladies, can we just be real in that your finding yourself, your soul-searching mission is really just looking for some more D. Hopping from dude to dude, getting manhandled. And what you really want to do is get all the different flavors and sizes and enjoy your orgasms, dreams, and fantasies.
It's women out here who will lay down with this dude, lay down with that dude, and you know we men, we'll see them as long as we can. But nobody wanna build legacy with them. I call them the tolerated women. They're tolerated. Everything they do in our presence, we tolerated to get.
Nowadays, they're not even tolerated. Like, now they're intolerable. Most women I meet nowadays are quite intolerable. I used to tolerate some of this shit. Now that I've gotten older, I make more money. Like, I'm a little bit more successful in life. Like, my looks look pretty good. I work out. I can't tolerate a lot of this bullshit anymore.
What we want, then we get away from them. And that don't make us no better, fellas. But hoes gonna get
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk. What we are going to discuss today is the adult 304 phase that apparently a lot of these Hollywood starlets have to go through in a public view.
It's not even they push it too. All of these Hollywood stars have so much clout and so much following from all of the people watching them. I used to watch Sister Sister. I loved that show. It was a good show. So, like, I'm sure women in that era that grew up with me that watched this show feel a way about her. So hearing her saying, I graduated, oh, I need to go out there and see and do all these things. What are young women going to do? They're literally going to follow in the same footsteps.
What am I talking about? Tia Mowry and, of course, Jeannie Ma. Focusing on Tia for a moment, she has been constantly thirst trapping and declaring that the single life is for her. But what she's really doing is showing you folks that adult phase that she's going through because she needs more attention. Mm-hmm. You see, she's experiencing fear of missing out. And what she really wants is to show her goods, have fun, and have it all. The ethos of the modern woman is I must have it all. You see, she had the family and the man who adored her, but that's not enough. Not only does she need the family, the man who adored her, but she needs to be infinitely happy, never have anything go against her, and of course, the traditional, untraditional thinking that she can do whatever she wants, show whatever she wants, and still be respected as the class lady that she thinks she is. And of course, it's not just us, but even in her last Instagram post, her own fans started going in on her.
I wish she would stop. You're a mom, for God's sake. What do you think your son sees when he sees you like that?
And still single. But hey, keep convincing yourself you're happy. How's the wall doing, by the way?
And listen, don't get me wrong. Men and women should both appreciate the roles and what they bring to the household. And they should be valued. They should be valued on ways. I mean, what a woman brings to a household is immeasurable. Mothering those children, making sure that she's their first teacher, and what a man brings providing is immeasurable. So one isn't better than the other. But
this is why a lot of us are passport bros or midtowns. We can't seem to find a mate to fit those qualities here in the West. We just want them to be motherly qualities and wifey qualities. We're not looking for boss babes. We don't care about too much about their money. We just want you to be nice, feed our bellies, and empty our balls. Those are the three basics. That's all you need to do. But women here are so unwilling, and not just unwilling, they are totally against doing it because it's slavery. It's the patriarchy. We're oppressing them. They have no options. We took away all their careers, and now we control them with our money, blah, blah, fucking blah.
The problem is this modern fourth wave feminism that has infected all areas of the West to the point where you have men walking around, I'm a male feminist. It's like, shut up, dude. We can see you. And she's not going to let you sniff the panani. But let's put the shoe on the other foot. When a man and he sacrifices for his family.
It's funny because me and Grover were just talking about the last episode I did with the guy that was talking about the passport froze.
will go to work for 27, 30, 40 years as a garbage man, as a roofer, as a carpenter. These jobs that aren't glamorous, these jobs that don't have a lot of status, these jobs that are dangerous. And why does he do it? He does it because he wants to make sure his family is provided for. And these men are demonized.
You know, it's like, I'm not doing this alone.
Yeah. Through the ups and downs, the bad, the ugly, ins and outs, everything. I'd rather share that with somebody, you know, for the rest of my life than someone who don't know you. Everything is great. You don't know if it's genuine. You don't know if it's real. You know,
Look
at
at
least
her
I know
face. Holy.
Tia got my back to the grave. So I know she's with me, and she knows I'm with her.
Much later. Much later.
It's about self-love. And when you start to really work on yourself, love yourself, know your value, know your worth, and then all of a sudden there's this awakening. It's a hard journey. I feel like it is so worth it. So
Yeah, wow.
But we gonna cheer Miss Tia. We gonna cheer her. Oh no, girl, go on, girl. You are just doing it, yes, queen. You are just doing this to find your happiness. But her happiness equaled misery for other people in her family and in her circle.
Are you just focusing on the relationship with yourself right now, or are you even thinking about anything else?
Girl, no, nothing, no, no, nope, nada, nope. I am in a relationship with myself.
I know women who can't stand to see nobody happy but themselves.
Tia the saboteur willing to sabotage her relationship, her family, just so she can go explore herself. Then once she realized she's only been used for one thing, now she really want to focus on her self-development. Because this is the false pretext that all these modern women do. They refer to their astrology charts, their sisterhood, convene and conjure together to try to cast their spells and their net to get their dream man.
You know how people say, like, you'll have better taste in people when you start to truly love the shit out of yourself? I had this realization. I've been on like this self-love healing journey. Like, the more that I've worked on myself and the more that I've really worked on my self-worth, internalized that, the more that I've raised the standards of what I will allow and what I expect and what I tolerate, the quality of people around me has just gotten better with men.
But once they can't ensnare that man in their Venus flytrap, all of a sudden they triple down into having to find themselves and having quality time with themselves and discover who they truly are. But once you get that single, double, triple, quadruple, quintuple dose of D, then they finally have come to their senses, found the remedy and cure, a new epiphany and realization that they need to develop themselves more and find out.
Yep, they can get the dick. They can always get the dick, but the dick doesn't want to stay. And the dick don't want to stay, that means something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you.
Who they truly are, that all their being is truly a whole head.
My last relationship when dating this person, it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was wonderful. There was courting that was involved.
I opened the trunk and gave her the flowers, and I was like so embarrassed, and I was like, oh my gosh, she probably will never see me again.
That was when my heart melted. This guy is different. He's so sweet and generous and kind, and the gifts didn't stop flowing.
5 years.
You say all these things, right? This is how women feel in the moment. They feel you're on top of the world, and all of a sudden, they're not happy. 5 years later, they're gone. It's so fickle with their emotions and how they see marriage and how they see everything. It is just temporary to them.
Years later.
I feel like that's no longer present, meaning like people just don't court each other anymore. And this person was like, well, you know, that's old news. Like people just don't do that anymore. There's just this whole new way of doing. You mentioned tradition, you know, and I think that's where it kind of needs to go back to. And I feel like they have this mentality right off the bat that there is someone else.
Like it doesn't even sit properly on her face because it's like all wobbly and stuff. No one's telling her anything. Like you look weird.
So old do not have options with quality people. Old have to salvage through them Christmas nuts that's been stepped on and put back in the can.
There could be someone else.
Is it that they're the prize?
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, that the man is the prize.
The man is the prize.
Yes.
An old man with money can get young cute. An old with money has to salvage through men.
Men are now just looking at women as objects, just from one need or perspective, as opposed to building a family, growing a beautiful unit for your...
Wasn't that what you had? So you had it already, but now you're trying to find a man that wants to do exactly that? Fucking crazy.
Your family and your kids, building for a better future.
You can't make this up.
Nope.
Yeah, I heard it.
When they with you, they world is built around you.
It's like instant gratification. You know what I mean? They just want something like quick and easy and now.
Shout out to the DEA, delusional, entitled, ambivalent women.
We can't help the women who don't get chose. They get upset with themselves in the world, and they come up with words like feminism instead of telling, I sleep with these guys, don't nobody want me. Don't nobody want me. I give my body, my throat. They never get chose, dogs. They come out with words like feminism because it sounds cool, but it's really the unchosen women of America. That's...
Ooh, that is such a harsh reality, what Corey just said right there. Feminists are the unchosen women of America.
That's what they should start a league of, the unchosen women of America, and find shelter and deal for them.
And here I absolutely agree with Corey that of course the first and the second wave of feminism did wonders for women's liberation, but now this fourth wave feminism is using the Western modern women ethos to disguise their true intentions by selling their digital flesh online to these hapless simps, get the money, get the bag, be promiscuous, enter their whole phase running around the merry-go-round, and attempt to outcompete men in status and garner more leverage in their relationships to do what they want by emasculating their men and the men that they date. And what they find is the result of all that is all for naught when the high-value men that they seek just use them as a cum bucket rag.
Men and women that ain't somebody else while they age 20 through 60. After 60,
I better hurry up and get my
might
plan.
have the pussy all to yourself after 60. But age 20 through 60, that pussy belong to the city, homie.
And let's keep it a buck right now. Tia Mowry, she's a beautiful lady, but that body just ain't built quite right to be wearing what she be wearing. And man, she out there in the skimpiest of the skimpiest, teasing it on the gram. Who was she trying to attract? Well, what she's trying to attract is those high value men that she thinks she deserves. You see, when you're making as much money, when you're as powerful as her, and you get to that zenith of your career.
I will admit, for her being in her 40s, she looks pretty good. Would I date her? No, because she's in her 40s, but she looks pretty good.
When you're making the most money, and you're the most popular, and you have the most status, and the most influence, it's very difficult to find somebody who is going to satisfy your needs and your requirements. You see, she left Corey Hartwick because he just wasn't satisfying what she thought was her requirement. And what she did is the same thing that all the modern women do. As soon as I started focusing on my happiness, I realized that it was over. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. In what world does your happiness equal destroying other people's happiness? Ma'am, that's not happiness. That's narcissism.
I've earnestly embarked on a journey to discover more about myself and determine what I truly desire in life, while I undeniably cherish the various roles I play in my life. It became imperative for me to delve deeper into understanding who Tia, the individual, is and what brings happiness to her life. Y'all, this hits all the dimensions of narcissism. I, me, selfish, referring to herself in the third person. She's like, I'm so damn great, I'm the greatest person I know. I am very good friends with Tia. Tia is a fantastic person. Who is Tia? The actress. Tia, the sister. Tia.
It reminds me of Karl Malone. Karl Malone loves talking about Karl Malone.
Tia is a Mia, and I talk to Tia all the time.
I mean, there wasn't accusations of abuse. There wasn't accusations of infidelity. What it was that you just decided that you outgrew that man. And now you...
And that, isn't that sad? A good black gentleman ain't cheating on his wife, with a good career, takes care of his kids. Isn't that good enough for her? Not good enough for her. What does she want? Well, she wants a 50 Cent type. She wants a Tupac in a suit type. Like, what is she looking for? Like, not to be gay or anything, but Corey's a good-looking man. He looks like he takes care of himself. He has a decent career. What's wrong with this man? Well, how do you graduate from a man like this? He's pretty top tier. Is he top 1% actors and clout and stuff? No, but he's up there. Is that the problem? Because he's not 1%?
You out here on the dating market struggling. You struggling by your own admission. Oh, no, you just dating yourself now. But you know you thought as soon as you left that you was going to have something better.
She is looking out here.
She thought she was going to have something better, and it didn't pan out that way.
By herself. Okay, how'd that work out? Did she stand by it? She tried me. I'm perfectly fine by myself. Who am I when I am not Tia the mom, Tia the actress, or Tia the sister? I've earnestly embarked on a journey. Fellas, watch out for these hoes with their journeys. Did you say hoes? I damn sure did.
And still with it.
Watch out for these hoes talking about their journey. Female journey, motherhood journey, weight loss journey, education journey. Fellas, grab you a chick who's at the end of her trip, not one who's in the middle of a journey. Leave that one where it is.
Yeah, as women don't want to build with men because we're still building, don't pick up a woman that's still on her journey. She needs to be done with that shit.
It's a lot harder said than done. Even after vetting every woman carefully, you'll still run into situations and issues like this with Tia Mowry. But when it comes down to it, it's always purpose over panties, purpose over put. When you stay in the mindset of purposefulness for your life, keeping your eyes on the prize, matching passions and purpose into profit, then by design of your life, you'll have even more access to women of all kinds of flavors. Because at that point, you'll gain more power, more status, more money and resources to be able to dictate the terms that you want. So when situations like this arise, you can easily cut the strings and let it go. There's no reason for you to be losing sleep over a woman on her journey to being a hoe.
You can't delete your history.
You can't.
If you a that's for the streets.
You can't delete the ski. You can't delete the ski.
I know a who used to suck dick every mother night. You can't delete your
That's all I got for you polite savages. Like and subscribe. Hit us up on all